Turkey teeth gone wrong. We've all seen the videos on TikTok, the Instagram horror stories, people with massive teeth, infections, failed implants that cost tens of thousands to fix back home. That's terrifying. And if you're watching this video, you're probably worried it could happen to you. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how these disasters happen, and more importantly, how to absolutely make sure it doesn't happen to you. Because here's the truth, the horror stories are real, but they're also completely avoidable if you know what to look for. Let's start with the most common turkey teeth disaster: oversized, unnatural looking veneers. You've seen them, teeth that are way too big for the person's mouth. Blindingly white, perfectly square, they look like chiclets chewing gum. Absolutely terrible. How does this happen? Two reasons. First, inexperienced dentists who use a one-size-fits-all approach. They don't do proper smile design. They don't consider your face shape, your age, your natural tooth proportion. They just slap on the same template for everyone. Second, and this is important and it happens a lot, some patients actually ask for this look. They see influencers with huge white teeth and they think that's what they want. Then they get it and they realize it looks ridiculous in real life. So how to avoid this disaster? Simple. Work with a clinic that use digital smile design. This is a software that shows you exactly what your teeth will look like before anyone touches your mouth. You can see if they're too big, too white, too fake looking. You can request adjustments. A good dentist will make sure your veneers look natural, not like cartoon character. Next disaster: infections and complications. This happens when clinics don't follow proper sterilization protocols or rush through procedure. You end up with infections, pain, swelling, and potentially serious health issues. How does this happen, you ask? Usually, dental mills that pack too many patients per day. The dentist is rushing and tools aren't properly sterilized between patients. Corner cuts. You save £100 but risk your health. How do you avoid this? Simple. Choose clinics with international accreditations: AACI, JCI, ISO certifications. These organizations actually verify sterilization procedure. Also look for clinics that don't overbook. If they're offering same-day dentistry appointments with no waiting, that might mean they're rushing patients through. Quality clinics are busy. You might wait few weeks for an appointment. Another common disaster: failed dental implants. The implant doesn't integrate with the bone. It gets loose, it falls out, or worse, it causes bone loss and infection. This is devastating because not only did the implant fail, but now fixing it is even more expensive and complicated. How does this happen? Usually cheap, low-quality implant brands or inexpensive surgeons who don't place the implant at the right angle or depth, or patients who aren't good candidates for implants in the first place, but the clinic does it anyway because they want the money. How do you avoid this? Only accept premium implants: Straumann, Nobel Biocare, Osterm. Ask specifically what brand they use. Check your surgeon's experience, how many implants have they placed, what's their success rate, and be honest in your consultation. If you smoke heavily, have diabetes, or have severe bone loss, you might need additional procedures first, or maybe you're not the right candidate at all. A good clinic will tell you this honestly. Another disaster: mismatched color and size. This is when your teeth don't match your remaining natural teeth, or when your teeth are all the same shade of white with no variations, making them look fake. How does this happen? Poor color matching, not using proper shade guides, or patients requesting unrealistic white teeth that don't match their skin tone or age. You can easily avoid this by making sure your dentist uses professional shade guides and takes photos in natural lighting. If you're only doing front teeth, they need to match your back teeth. If you're doing a full mouth, the color should still look natural. Trust your dentist advice on what shade will look best. And now for the biggest disaster of all: choosing a clinic based purely on price. This is where 99% of horror stories come true. Someone sees an ad for £99 veneer or £200 implant and jumps on without doing any research. Here's what usually happens with super cheap deals: they use lowest quality materials, unknown brands, cheap labs, inexperienced dentists, sometimes recent graduates. They rush through procedure, they overbook patients, there's no follow-up care, And when something goes wrong, they disappear or refuse to fix it. You can easily avoid this ultimate disaster by understanding quality dental work has a minimum cost. If someone is charging half the normal price of Turkey, they're cutting corners somewhere. You might not know where until it's too late. Expect to pay around 200 to 300 pounds per veneer, 400 to 700 pounds per implant, 6 to 9,000 for all on four. These are fair prices for quality work. Anything significantly cheaper is suspicious. Here's the red flags to watch for. Clinics that pressure you to book immediately with limited time offers. Clinics that can't or won't tell you what brands they use. Clinics with no verifiable before and after photos. Clinics that promise everything can be done in 2 days. Clinics with no international accreditations. Clinics that badmouth all other competitors. Any of these are red flags. Walk away, please. Here's what you should look for instead: international accreditations for recognized organizations, experienced dentists with verifiable credentials, use of premium brands and materials, realistic timeframes of treatment, digital smile design and proper planning, clear warranty and follow up care policies, real patient reviews and testimonials, transparent pricing, and no hidden fees. And let me be frank and clear about something. The dentists I work with hate the horror stories as much as you do, because every butch case make people scared of all Turkish dentists, including the excellent ones. The good clinics are just frustrated by the dental mills as patients are. That's why I personally vet every single clinic I recommend. I've seen these disasters, and I make absolute sure that the clinics I work with do everything right. Premium materials, experienced dentist, proper protocol, realistic timelines, fair prices. So I'm not going to let you become a horror story. When you work with me, you're working with clinics that have done thousands of successful cases. You'll see real before and after photos. You'll meet your dentist. You'll understand exactly what's being done and why. Don't let fear of disaster stop you from getting treatment you need, but don't ignore the warning either. Be smart, do your research, work with someone you can trust. If you'd like, fill out the form below or message me directly on WhatsApp. Let's make sure your turkey teeth story is a successful one. No disaster. I'll guide you through the entire process and make sure you're in the right hands. Your smile is too important to gamble with. Let's do this right, so reach out today.